now we're on the ship. How you doing? Arg! Okay, if you say so. From revered general to rebel on a pirate ship, I sure do lead a weird life. Yeah, well, that's how it goes sometimes. Anything on your mind? I don't understand what it is that you want me to say. You know about who we're... About what who we're up... What? You know about who we're up against, or Hans, or even these pirates. The pirates are irrelevant. As for who... As for what? Is that supposed to make sense, or I don't know. As for who are up against, we must first confer with the Arcurian known as Hans before we judge the threat of our adversaries. So I'm thinking Godot's a little drunk on rum right now. We'll have to forgive him for that. Do you have any ideas or anything to contribute? You seem to pipe up with random bits of helpful information at times. How do you know these things? He has broken English. That's too bad. All life was telepathically linked on the Esper world. If even only to an extent that allowed us to sense the life force of one another. I think he's starting to sober up a little bit. As such, I am still able to detect the life force of an Arcurion, though the spirit is merging with the mortal body to a very dangerous degree. Dangerous? How so? I do not know if humans are compatible hosts for Arcurion spirits. Due to the life force feeling weak to me, I can only conclude that the spirit has been partially rejected. That's too bad. I see. What about fellow Espers? You can detect them as well? Yes, there are several dozen of us from what I can sense. I'm even feeling one close to where we are headed. Oh boy. Really? Vera might like to know since she is able to integrate them into her body somehow. Do you know what Esper it is? And how can Vera do that anyway? I'm having difficulties determining the exact life force, but I believe that it is Fenrir. Ooh! He should prove helpful if we encounter him. Fenrir! Maybe he can teach us X-Zone. As for why Vera can call us, it is because one of her human descendants, at some point in time, had an intimate relationship with one of my kind. Uh-huh. Told you, birds and the bees. That's possible? If the Esper is humanoid, such as myself, then yes. When a human and an Esper reproduce, their offspring is what we refer to as a kindred. Kindred are typically very human in appearance, and in Vera's case, almost entirely human inside as well. Her Esper descendant was likely a few generations ago. Aside from appearing human, the kindred are able to bond with Espers. They act as a conduit for us to function through, with their soul amplifying our powers. So when Vera takes one of you into herself, it makes you stronger? Yes, as well as herself. Observers such as yourself cannot tell, but Espers inside of her share her mind with her. This allows her to form very close relationships with them as they become intertwined with her very being. Nice. So they merge with her, share her mind, and both Vera and the Espers that are inside of her grow stronger. How many can she actually hold? There is no actual limit to the number of Espers a kindred may hold. It all depends on their mental fortitude. Each Esper brings a new voice. Voice of the voiceless. If she has 10 Espers in her, then she shares her mind with 10 voices. That's gotta be awkward. And annoying. It's like, shut up, man, I'm trying to think, stop talking. If the voices do not bother her, then there may be no limit for her. However, in the past, some kindred have been driven mad by the numerous amounts of voices in their heads. I feel that Vera is doing quite well. What about you? Are you planning on joining the others in her head, or... I am not. I prefer to see the world through my own eyes. The Espers in her share her senses of sight, hearing, touch, smell, and so forth, but it belongs to Vera. Despite still experiencing the senses, it would not feel appropriate. One should rely on their own self if they wish to feel the sun on their skin or smell the vast seas. I am not of the same caliber as those in her mind, however. I am what is referred to as an Eidolon. Oh boy. Getting into FF9 territory now. An Eidolon? Eidolons are the weakest of espers, though we are still stronger than even the most powerful humans. I could merge with Vera, but I am more beneficial to you with my own physical body. I would think so. I see. Well, thanks for the little lesson on espers. That definitely answered a few questions that have been nagging at me. We can speak again later if you have any further questions. Alrighty then. That was fun. Sid is a pirate. How much has the world changed since I fell into a coma? Short answer, a lot. While things may seem a little cheery around the Citadel, it's only because Ivalice as a whole wasn't hit by the cataclysm too much. Lenadia has had about a third of its land mass flooded and shifted, while Limblum, I haven't been there, but I have heard some terrible stories. Oh boy. Makes me think of Arc the Lad 3. I heard that Limblum Castle sunk into the sea. I hope that Regent Gran is alright, as well as the Dragoons we left there. If they're not fine, then we have only that imbecile Zool to blame. Vaughn, why didn't you strike when you had the chance? You let him talk too much. You let him flap his gums. He was giving us some pretty vital information, but I see your point. I know how badly you have it out for the guy. We'll get him next time, I promise. Next time, Gadget! Next time! Will there be a next time? Zool is presumably after Malakor's power. All we need to do is get to Malakor, defeat him before he awakens, and then wait for Zool to show up. Vaughn, you're making it all sound very straightforward. Malakor is supposedly a slumbering god at this point, and then there's the whole issue of the crystal power. Crystal power? They must still exist in some form or another, should they not? The elements are still in check after all. You would think. But what about the Arcurions sacrificing themselves to prevent Malakor from bringing about the Blackmoon prophecy? Don't ask me, he. Maybe Hans will have an answer. If it even is Hans anymore. Let's wait and see. At least we know that Hans is still out there in some form or another, and presumably not against us. I don't know about that. Bum, 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 bum. Vera, I've been thinking, can espers be hostile? Not ordinarily, no. They're usually pretty docile. Why do you ask? Well, we've had some bad experiences with Bahamut, Quetzalcoatl, and Sildra. Why would they attack if espers are normally friendly towards humans? Well, some scholars believe that Bahamut isn't an esper, and the others, well, I don't know. Vaughn, I can't explain why they would be violent. They were just in a bad mood. I'm sure that's it. It's certainly not typical esper behavior. We could look into it later sometime. Anyway, how are Darius and Godot? Darius is eager to put Zool in his place, and Godot doesn't want to jump in your head with the other espers. I see. You must know about the whole kindred thing, then. My mother told me all about it. Her mother told her, and so forth. I don't know how far back it goes. Does it make you think any less of me? You know, the fact that there's a tiny piece of me that's not exactly human? Why should it? I wouldn't care if you were part cactuar. It's not what you are that matters to me, but who you are, and I'm certainly happy with who you are. There you go. That's an interesting way to look at it. You mean it, right? Of course I do, Vera. Without you, there's a good chance I wouldn't be here. You've been a big help, and I've really enjoyed having you by my side. Really? Vera, your face. Is something wrong? It's kind of hot and stuffy in here. I need to go up and get some air. Right. Guess I'll just ride this little voyage out until we get to the port Sid is leading us to. And I'm sure we won't get attacked by Leviathan. Thanks for helping us out again, Sid. You saved us a lot of time. Yar, no worries, me hearties. If I may ask, though, is the airship okay? We could really use one of those again. Nay, sadly, sunk to the abyss she did, to Davy Jones's locker. Made me give up on making flying boats. Now I'm only making sailing boats. I guess being a pirate now is your way of dealing with the grief, huh? I understand, Sid. Thanks again. You've been a really big help. Aye, let this old sea dog know if you be needing a ride back east. So I guess there's no more airships. That sucks. We've landed. Time for rum. See-ho, get it? Yar, I ain't funny. No, you're not. Alright, there's a fish in the water. Bum, bum, bum. It's a cowboy. Good to see there's still cowboys around here. To know how Sid became the boss of those pirates doesn't make a lick of sense to me, no sir. Alright. There's still cowboys running around here. How you doing? Yarr! Calm down, sir. 100 gold again. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. It's a Wellesley well. I dropped me lucky coin down in the well. Shiver me timbers. How am I going to get it back? I don't know. Don't ask me, he. I still cannot believe that Cornelia was shifted so far away from Lenadia. Oh, yeah? I think that's going to mess up the Warriors of Light's quest. But I'm sure they'll be fine. Bum. It's a Lenadia soldier. Welcome to Cornelia, former port of... Lenadia. Something or another. I was kind of hoping Siegfried would be in here. This is the reserved VIP section. I'm just going to walk on in then. Most people will tell you that alcohol will hinder your ability to cast spells, but to that I say hogwash. Give me a bourbon. More like Hogwarts. Lots of spooky looking people pass through here, but I guess that's to be expected since this is a pub. Yeah. I wish that somebody would play the piano. Well, Bart's isn't here, so good luck with that. The people of this town are still wary of us, even after an entire year. Yeah. Hey, hon, looking for a good time? Not particularly. I want to play the piano. What, you want a drink? Hey, you can buy some of that same stuff. Yar! 10 bottles of grog! Put them on Sid's tab! I don't think Sid's gonna appreciate that. He's gonna be in for one hell of a wake-up call. Sid's a pirate now. I want to be a pirate more than ever before now. Have fun with that. Looks like they got the same Dispel Blade. That's new. Oh, that's kind of nice. You attack an enemy and it's like doing Dispel to them. Might not be a bad thing to pick up. Blade Spear. We'll pick up one of those. Na 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 na. I guess that'd be good to put on if you're fighting someone that buffs themselves a lot. Blade Spear. That doesn't really seem that great, but you know. Nothing in the well. My God, it's 5 o'clock already. What the hell happened? Where does the time go? I'm telling you. It's ridiculous. Looks like we got 2 spell shops. Oh. Life Tome? That's some new spell tomes. Too bad they're ridiculously expensive, but, you know. Wouldn't mind teaching those to, Alina, if we ever get her back. Then they have the same old stuff. Not a big deal. Oh, wow, a Dragoon. Hey, wait, didn't you pass through here before? Like a long time ago. What? Yes, this town was once in Lenadia. Cornelia is an honorary member of Ivalice now. Don't worry. We're taking good care of this town. Emperor's orders. Uh-huh. Do-do-do-do. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Man, I've almost been streaming for 5 hours. I think we're gonna call this a stream here. So, thanks everyone for stopping by. Next time, we'll figure out where we need to go next. And it'll be good times. Yeah. I mainly streamed this today because I only have like one part left to upload, so I need to thicken my backlog a bit. So that should do it. So, thanks everyone for stopping by. And I shall see y'all next time. Good stuff.